A good Erev Shabbos, everyone. Erev Shabbos, Parshas Veschanon. Erev Shabbos, Shabbos Nachmu. It's called Shabbos Nachmu because of the Haftarah. Nachmu, Nachmu, Ami, be comforted, my people. Yomer Elokeichem. That it is, we hear the sound of God. We feel once again the presence of Hashem. That distance that we cried about in Tisha B'Av, we feel that distance, some of that distance breached. And therefore we feel the nechama, we feel the comfort, we feel God reaching out to us. There's a very beautiful thing in Perek Shira, which goes through all the elements of the world, many of the animals in the animal kingdom, singing songs to Hashem, reminding us that the world is really a symphony. And in Perek Shira, one of the beautiful things that it says is that the Ritzifi says that this bird called the Ritzifi that lives in the north, it says, Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami, Yomer Elokeichem. Be comforted, my people, says your God. And we have to wonder why the author wrote that the Ritzifi says this. Any animal could say this. Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami. Be comforted, my people. Any animal, anything in the world, the sun, the moon, the stars, anything could say this. Anything that was working the way that it's meant to be worked, made in the way that it was created, it could scream out, it could cry out, Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami. Why dafka the Ritzifi? Because this Ritzifi is a certain kind of bird that lives in the north and it doesn't like the cold. And when other birds fly south in order to be able to stay warm, he stays because he doesn't want to miss the spring. So how does the animal survive the winter? How do these Ritzifi birds survive the winter? They go to the bottom of a ditch and they form a tight circle. Every bird puts its head under the feathers, the wings of the one next to it. And they stay warm by staying connected to each other. They find cover and they simultaneously provide cover for the one next to them under their wing. The Talmud tells us that there was a certain generation that was considered such an amazing generation, Rabbi Yehuda Bar Eloi, because 6 people would sleep under one talus. And there's 6 people under one talus. They had big talisim. They're big blankets. Why is that a great, amazing generation? Because there was only room for 2 people. But everybody was worried about somebody else. Everybody was worried not only about getting cover, but about giving cover, making sure that other people were taken care of. Everybody stayed warm. That was a beautiful, amazing generation. These birds, the Ritzifi, by their very nature, they worry about the other. They take one under their wings. They go under the wings of the other one. They're comforted and they're warmed simultaneously, and they warm others simultaneously. What Perek Shira is telling us is, how do you weather the cold? How do you survive the darkness? How do you endure this harsh exile? Follow the Ritzifi. Stick together. Practice kindness. Draw in as one. And the very existence of this Ritzifi bird screams, it shouts the message. Nachamu, Nachamu, Abi, be comforted, my people. Rabbi Levin says a very beautiful line. He says, I'm a short man. He was called the Tzaddik of Yerushalayim. He knew no boundaries. His love knew no bounds. His love knew no sectors. It didn't make a difference, religious, not religious, criminal, not criminal. It didn't make a difference where you were from. And Rabbi Levin once said, I'm a short man. I can't see what's on your head. I can only see what's in your heart. You know, our enemies see us as one. It's about time we see ourselves as one also. We're living through turbulent times. We're living through times in Eretz Yisrael. They keep talking about certain sectors of Jews. And that there is so much of a fissure, there is so much of a break that's taking place. I can't fix them, but I can fix me. I can be like the Ritzifi. I can stick together. I can stick with you, you can stick with me. Not worry about those names that we call each other, not worry about those labels that we put on each other. We're Jews. And as Jews, if I take care of you and you take care of me, then Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami. We will find absolute and eternal comfort. Everybody should have an amazing, beautiful, awesome, wonderful Shabbos. And we should hear those sounds of Nachamu, Nachamu Ami, Yomer Elokechem. We should hear God calling out to his people and the people reaching out to God by taking care of each other and singing the song of nechama, of comfort in the world. Have a wonderful Shabbos.